You know, Fawn, I gotta ask, why have they not brought this power-up back in newer games?
I don't know, but they...
Oh, so you do have a video recording camera! Then explain why we got a black screen when you guys are ranting about puns. Also, not really relevant, but nice shirt.
Games.
I don't know, but they better. I absolutely love this thing. I want to be like a Koopa again. And if I don't get my wish, then I'm gonna...
So, when you get mad, you create poorly edited Kamehamehas. Oh shit, now I'm actually unironically scared right now. Wake me up and I can't wake up. Wake me up and save me.
Oh crap, she's still charging it! Fawn, can't you stop it?
My anger apparently went so far I can't stop it!
But you have that attack fired at me! If only there was a way to... Invisibility cap, activate! Phew, I almost didn't make it out of that. Out of all of the power-ups in Super Mario 64, the invisibility cap is the one that I feel gets shoved aside by the other power-ups in the game. But then again, it wasn't really used that often in both Super Mario 64 and 64DS.
Okay, so you make a big deal about this power-up being underrated. Yet the other two power-ups you say make it underrated are higher on the list. Brilliant writing! Let's get that stuff shipped straight to Alabama, Nintendo, and it'll get straight through the office. Yeah, I have no idea where that was going.
Games. In 64, it was only used in Big Boost Mansion, Tick-Tock Clock, and the secret level under the bridge outside the castle.
Yeah, I don't see Tick-Tock Clock. Do your research.
And what's even cooler about this power-up is the fact that it's an extra hit. Since you can have quite a few copies on screen, you have a few hits before you lose a life. So, if you have a bunch of copies, don't worry about dying when one of those gets hit by an enemy, unless you, I don't know, need those clones to solve those puzzles!
Or, you know, you can just have 4 players, you know, as your footage is showing.
The rock power-up may be a hard hitter, but it doesn't stand a chance against
Pringles, especially the pizza-flavored ones. Oh look, here I go again.
boing, boing, bong, boing, boing.
Fawn?
Wait a minute. Spring puns. Please don't tell me this is going where I think it's going.
Because number 8 is the spring!
No, 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 no.
When you obtain this power-up in Super Mario 64, Mario or Luigi will be encased in a spring, bending and moving around like a slinky. Your jumping becomes constant, but controls kinda change a lot. Not to mention you'll lose your spin ability until you lose the power-up from water, enemy attacks, or entering a launch star. The controls take some getting used to, but once you've got it down, you're in for a fun power-up.
If you hit a wall, you'll automatically bounce off it, and if you hold the jump button, you'll charge up your jump and spring really high. It's actually a lot of fun charging up your jumps and climbing up to the highest platform. But as chaoskey said before, this power-up can be hard to control. One wrong move and it just might mean death, so watch your step, bounce.
And I guess the thing about this power-up that we love so much is the level design that went into the areas where this power-up was used. Because the spring changes up the gameplay in such a different way, The levels that use the spring were created to best utilize the spring's game mechanics. And to be honest, they did a pretty good job making these levels.
Hey, I wonder how
No, I'm not going to argue this. But I do know someone who can.
Actually likes using Spring Mario. Granted, it only shows up in a handful of levels, but the experience of those levels is soured to an extraordinary degree when it does. The idea is to turn Mario into a springy thing that improves his jumping while ruining everything else. But even then, being able to jump miles in the air isn't all it's cracked up to be. For a start, there's a question of control. If you, in real life, had a button that when pressed made you jump 50 feet into the air, how do you think you'd cope? Granted, you don't take full damage, but that's just about the only positive. Spring Mario is insane to control. You're supposed to use it to extend your jump to reach areas you couldn't otherwise reach, but it really isn't the best way of doing that. When moving around like normal is an adventure in itself, I'm afraid you've managed the impossible. A terrible Mario power-up.
For its unique concept and interesting gameplay mechanics, the spring bounces his way into the number 8 spot.
Wait, do you hear that? It's Vaughn making a pun, and Chaoskey not dwelling on it. Hallelujah!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go bounce around somewhat. Boing, boing,
You
boing,
ended the first
boing,
part of this
boing,
list with another
boing,
bad pun.
boing, 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 bing,
Are you
boing,
done
boing.
yet?
God damn it, you just had to ruin the segment, Chaoskey! How dare you ruin it by bringing up the pun! Let the pun be! That is why it's funny in the first place! Oh yeah, right, I should probably bring up, this video is a multi-parter. Now I know I'm not one to talk, and that most countdown collaborations usually do this, but there's only one teeny tiny minuscule problem with it. Part 1 was uploaded without Part 2 ever being finished! It is amazing how lazy you are to upload Part 1 without even finishing Part 2. At least I make sure my multi-parters are actually, you know, finished before I upload them.
Previously on an Atlanticus Keyhole production.
No.
With its interesting design and unique gameplay mechanics, the bee suit makes its way to number 7.
Don't you mean buzzes its way into number 7?
Happy late birthday!
Okay, I get it, I'm sorry, just move on to the next entry already!
What's this? I smell a funny concept, a unique take on it, passable delivery. Is this a good joke? Oh my god! You know, I should be laughing a lot right now, but I'm not because the editing was still too slow on that. Allow me to, with my magical editing powers, show you how to make it better.
Don't you mean buzzes its way into number 7?
Happy late birthday!
Okay, I get it, I'm sorry, just move on to the next entry already!
Seriously, just look at how speeding up your edits by even a second can make this more bearable.
Yes, yet another awesome classic, the Tanuki suit. With this power-up, you can whack enemies with your stubby little tail or crush them flat by transforming into a statue. That is freaking awesome.
But if you've played Super Mario Bros. 3, the game in which the Tanuki suit first appeared in, you probably like this power-up because...
Behold, Mario can fly!
This is the second time you used that joke in a countdown.
Shut up! People need to know about the awesomeness of this joke!
Hey Chaoskey, you know those old Shadow759 videos are nearly a decade old, right? Not many people are gonna remember that joke. And even then, what if some people don't find it funny? Must I repeat my point about humor being subjective?
And then there's 3D World. All I have to say is this. Peach plus the Tanuki suit is so broken that
It's not even comparable!
Yes, we get it. You can do a good Smash announcer impression. Now kindly quit waving your stick around like it's your Eiffel Tower. Okay, I am back from the bathroom and... Who the fuck are you? I regret nothing! Well then, that was... interesting.
Water may be my favorite element, but I can't deny that fire is a really cool element as well. The Fire Flower power-up has been around forever. It first appeared in the original Super Mario Bros. And has reappeared in almost every main game in the franchise ever since.
As most of you know, the Fire Flower has you shooting fireballs at enemies, killing them on the spot. It's a really good power-up to have if you're in a bad platforming situation where enemies are roaming everywhere. You just shoot fire at them and watch them burn to death. Even in the water, enemies are not safe from the terror that is fire. Even some bosses can't stand against the fire's might. You will all tremble in fear to the power of fire!
Chaos Key! Get a hold of yourself!
Sorry, I kinda got carried away there, didn't I?
Okay, this joke didn't die because of the editing or stuff like that. But mainly because it's the exact opposite of puns, where Vaughn is the one ruining the joke instead of chaoskey. Seriously, let him go berserk. I don't care if it results in a minute-long sketch where he writes a note to himself from the past. As long as it's funny, it's funny.
Anyway, the only real downside to the fire power-up is the fact that it hasn't really evolved from the first game. The games that have used it in such a unique way were the Galaxy games, where it was a timed power-up, so you had to use it fast to complete a puzzle before it ran out, and Super Mario Bros. Wii and U, in which you can jump spin to shoot fireballs in both directions.
But then again, does it really need to change that much? I mean, it's such a good power-up. And really, this power-up practically defines Mario power-ups. Without this power-up, we may not have gotten all of the other power-ups used later in the series. Like this one.
Okay, so one co-op partner says it needs to evolve while the other doesn't. Yeah, this is the best writing ever. But that's not why I paused here.
So why is it only number 14? Simple. It's New Super Mario Bros. Incarnation. This incarnation of the Ice Flower took away everything that was awesome about the Galaxy Ice Flower, and in its place, Mario just throws snowballs that freeze enemies. And it doesn't help this incarnation of the Ice Flower when the penguin suit does practically the same thing, but also allows you to slide on ice and swim better underwater. So what was the point in putting it in the New Super Mario Bros. Games?
Plus, there's the redesign. In Galaxy, Mario turns completely into ice, and since Galaxy's graphics are so good, you know it looks really cool. Then New Super Mario Bros. Wii comes along and... what the freak? So we went from this really cool design to this? Why?
Yeah, we'll stick with the Galaxy version of the Ice Flower, thank you very much.
Oh, silly me. Did I really leave that clip there? Whoopsie-dum-daisy. Wow, did I really just say that? So you got in the Fire Flower's power-up for not evolving, but you got in the Ice Flower's case for evolving. Now I could go on, but I'd just be repeating myself from that point onward.
But what I don't get is, why did it not return in New Super Mario Bros. Wii and U and Super Mario 3D Land? I figured it would have been a shoo-in to put in those games.
Fear not, Fawn, for it returns in Super Mario 3D World, and with 4 players, that means 4 times the Mega Mushroom Mayhem!
Yeah!
Can I say it, Ceradust? Well, I got nothing else to add for right now, so sure, why not? Ahem. Nobody gives a shit if you can do a Smash voice impression, now suck my cock! That is all. Good lord, Cursey McCurserson much?